time to welcome in our very good friend for a check-in. We didn't get to talk to you last week, Deba. You are our resident DB, of course, the host of the Man to Man podcast, 9-year NFL vet all over ESPN. Darius, how are you?
I'm great. How are you doing, Kay?
Yeah, good. I feel bad because you're so busy working, and I'm like, here I am.
Hey, look, I want to be like you when I grow up. I'm keep working. At some point, I will get there. What's in the cup, though? I'm all jacked up on Mountain Dew right now. Okay,
just my coffee. You know me, but let's not pretend you don't make time for golf in your life. You have a good balance of things going on. And so, is all your Christmas
got a tea time in 47 minutes.
I love that. Is your Christmas shopping done?
Yeah, it's done. I was actually an adult this year, and I got it done. I'm not doing a mad dash. I'm not like every other dad in the mall or Target or somewhere on the 23rd or 24th. So I got it done. My goal was to get it done by the 19th, and I actually got it done. Now I will throw some little stocking stuffers and stuff like that. But
we're all set here. Yeah, you're.
Oh my God, I feel really good about myself right now, Kay. I'm not gonna lie.
I have 19 tabs open on my computer and I have not bought anything. And I've just every day I just kind of look and I'm like, and that of course nothing's going to get there by Christmas. And if I want it there by Christmas, it'll cost me $9,000. So that's where I am. That's where you are. That's why I'm asking you the questions. Now, I thought this was interesting. It was announced this week that the AP added slot corner as a position that's going to get recognized as all pro. Do you love this? And as of right now, who is the best slot corner in the league?
Absolutely love this. I think it took too long to get this done. For a long time now, slot corners, slot defenders, as I like to call them, sometimes they're corners, sometimes they're safeties. I've been kind of undervalued for a long time now. They're important. They're pretty much a starter now with most teams playing a lot of 11 personnel, 3 wide receiver sets. So defensively, you have to match that, obviously. And some of my favorite out there, Trent McDuffie out there in Kansas City. Young second, third-year player, has been dominant from wire to wire. Snead used to play in there. They moved McDuffie in there. He's an absolute dog, been making plays all year long. It's tough for young players to go in there and have a big impact. And another guy who's been doing it for a long time, Kenny Moore, already got a couple Pro Bowls under his belt. I think he should definitely get an all-pro nod this year out there in Indianapolis, one of the best defenses in the league. I think 18, 19 weeks now in a row that defense has created a turnover. Gus Bradley's doing a great job. And Kenny Moore has been a staple there. What's that?
I said he really deserves it. I think Kenny Moore is a good choice on that. And I like that you're putting him on because I don't know that he gets all that love and that glow in Indy. Big game Christmas night, right? Ravens Niners. We had Debo on. He's excited. Yep. He loves Lamar, blah, blah, blah. We had Devin McCourty on. And I asked him which offense is harder to defend from his position, from safety. And he went with the Niners with all their weapons. What player do you think on the Ravens defense needs to be the one in his bag on another level if they want to slow down San Francisco?
I heard D-Mac. He has some strong words for that Eagles defense, too. And I'm right there with him. I love seeing D-Mac shine on this side of things as well. But another guy who I didn't mention is the all-pro slot corner, but should be one, too. Then that slot defender, Kyle Hamilton. He's an absolute beast on that defense, does everything, just an agent of chaos. I think I heard Mina Kimes call him that. And I just love it because he blitzes. He can play the deep end. He can cover guys. Great at disguising. And Mike McDonald, what he's doing with that defense, just a bunch of guys, doing it. One guy is wrecking shop this week. It's Clowney. It's Van Noy. It's Matabuke. It's Queen Smith. Just got dogs on every level of that defense. But Kyle Hamilton is the one guy that stands out to me that really needs to have his imprint all over this football game.
He's had such a killer year, so I hope he shines bright lights. Everybody's at home watching. Hopefully Santa comes to town for them. In the AFC, AFC North, it's Bengals Steelers. We covered the Bengals side. Hammer did a hammer time on Jake Browning, how they can do it without Jamar Chase. But if you look at Pittsburgh, they've lost 4 of their last 5. There's been a lot of un-Tomlin-y things going on. Most recently, the George Pickens thing, right? So he spoke with the media in regard to his lack of effort in blocking, which is crazy. And he said that basically it was like a business decision. I want to avoid injury. Are you buying that? And how do you handle that in the locker room?
I feel like the main issue there for me is I feel like that's kind of an inside voice thing, something you don't say out loud, because I definitely get it. I understand. I personally have suffered an injury, look just like that, block for somebody, get rolled up on from behind. I see it happen to offensive linemen all the time. Lane Johnson, it just happened to him, I believe, against Seattle. So it is a tough position to be in as a receiver, and I get it. But, I mean, as a receiver, you are so dependent on the offensive line, the quarterback, a good play caller. And when you're a guy as talented as George Pickens, I know he gets frustrated. We saw it earlier this year with Deontay Johnson. And when you're losing, everything like that, all the bad things get magnified. And that is a team, that is an organization, 6 Super Bowl championships. So, the Steelers, their standard is the standard. That's what Mike Tomlin always says. So in these last few weeks, it's been ugly for them, losing and, got their asses absolutely kicked down there in Lucas Oil against my Colts. But it's tough right now, and the Steelers, they got to figure some things out. We'll see if Kenny Pickett gets back in the lineup. If not, it'll be Mason Rudolph. Not sure how Steelers fans feel about that. But it's some questions being asked that you haven't heard being asked about the Steelers organization and Mike Tomlin for a long time now. It's kind of similar to what's going on in New England as well. We'll see if it's any changes made there. But honestly, I doubt it. And I don't think, Mike Tomlin is the issue. But, at some point, you're going to take that responsibility because you do have that title of head coach.
There's taking responsibility, and there's people calling for your head after you've had nothing but winning seasons your whole career, and it's not going according to plan this year. And all of a sudden
This is not the Bengals we're talking about. I know you love the Bengals, but this ain't the Bengals. This is the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it's not about winning seasons or playoff berths, or it's about hoisting the Lombardi. It's about winning championships. Like, that's their standard in Pittsburgh. And you know it. You've been covering the game for a long time. One of the best fan bases, worldwide, especially when they travel well. They love their team. So, I understand it from that standpoint as well.
Yeah. They demand more. Diva, we love you. Have a good holiday.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe right here. Do it now for the latest from Up and Adams.